this card in my hand, and this card, okay, it's this Temperance card. And I pulled this Temperance card at the end of like one of my videos, and I what I didn't say was many things after I pulled that card, because I don't particularly like the word temperance. I actually, do you ever have words that give you just this annoyed feeling about them? I'm going to tell you my favorite word of them all is the word pamphlet. Do you guys have a favorite word? Like something weird, like a favorite word? I like the word pamphlet. I've loved the word pamphlet since I was like 4th or 5th grade, because it's such a funny, weird word to say it. Like duck-billed platypus. That's a great one, duck-billed platypus. Just say it, it's freaking great. Now, the word temperance annoys me. Like when I see that word, I get this like horrible feeling like I'm in church and I'm like 6 years old and church never ends on a Sunday and it's a beautiful day outside and I want to go out and play, but I have to be in church. And I'm just sitting in this like dead environment with all these people that are just like, it's like they're stoned in their brain and they're just a robotic movement. And then we're singing because it's meaningful or something. And then we're hearing these powerful words and we're doing all these rituals and stuff. But there's no life force energy. I just there. And in this state of temperance, I'm just there, and it's like this never-ending like hell that I can't get out of is church on a Sunday as like a 6-year-old kid. And so this word just like fills me with this sensation. And I think about this, like if I were to be Spock and I were to think about temperance logically, because the whole meaning of it is, let's say it's like if you were to look up the definition, it would say something like, let's say you are a heavy drinker and then you need to learn how to drink in moderation. You know, it's like balance, you know, the meaning of the word is about balance. But it's balanced through a weird lens. Like, why can't it just be balance? Why does it have to be temperance? Why can't it just be balance, you know? And then if I think about temperance, when it relates to alcoholism, let's just say. And so temperance, let's say, is asking me, you know, as somebody who's drinking all the time and overdoing it. I need to learn a new relationship with this, a behavior. I need to learn temperance and then drink in moderation. So let's say that I learn how to drink in moderation and I've really achieved something here. But then the whole question is, to what extreme degree could we take temperance? I mean, could we take temperance right on down to say that we don't even need to drink at all? I mean, truly, the human being only needs to drink water. Like, we only really need to just drink water, truly. And so if I were to take temperance to the next level, then maybe temperance is saying to just not drink at all, okay? And so maybe temperance is saying no alcohol, like not even a glass of wine a day. Just don't even drink alcohol. I'm just going to drink water because that's what temperance is saying. I feel like temperance could be a very confusing path of what is actual true balance. Is true balance being at church on a Sunday and a beautiful day when you're a kid and you just want to play with your friends? But maybe that's the pain and pleasures of life. Is when you learn how to sit still and you learn patience and you learn how to endure something you don't enjoy, there's a special gift that comes with it, right? And temperance perhaps is that grossness, is that discomfort, is that annoyingness. Like, why do I have to do this? It doesn't make any sense. And then to what extreme degree do I need to take this in order to achieve balance? And maybe I can't conceive of what that actually is. So it's mysterious, you know? But this card, Temperance, I was wanting to tell you guys about this. Down here at the bottom it says, Daughter of the Reconcilers. I'm sorry, but that's weird. That's a very weird thing to say. Daughter of the Reconcilers. Daughter of the Reconcilers. It's cool though too. It's like if I could have like a Dungeons and Dragons character, I'm gonna be the Daughter of the Reconcilers. I'm rolling the dice now. Look out. What would I do as a Daughter of a Reconciler? I'm going to reconcile all of you fools. You're getting reconciled. Anyway. So I was going to do like a journey and freaking into temperance. Like, because my guides are like, we know all we know right now. Just let the card speak for itself. And I'm like, yeah, let the card speak for itself. Like, because I'm like enduring this, like, ew, it's not pamphlet, it's not duckbill platypus, it's freaking temperance, man. Anyway, so I was gonna do a journey on this today. If you guys want to stick around, we'll see what boring things temperance has to tell us, and they could be quite enlightening. So is it going to be boring? Is it going to be enlightening? Is it going to be weird? I don't know. Is it going to be cool? Maybe. Okay. But I wanted to tell you something else too, because I've been really reflecting on this. Okay, here's an example. Okay, here we have a box. Okay, this, I would rather have a cube, but I don't have a cube, so just imagine that this is a cube. Okay, and now inside here is me. I'm inside this box. So I can't conceive of the boundaries of my own box that I'm in, okay? I can't conceive of it. So now let's just use our imaginations here. Let's imagine a cube, and then let's imagine our consciousness as human beings. Each and every one of us exists inside of a cube, okay? Of our own creation. We even create the boundaries of this cube. And when we learn and we grow, we're starting to interpret how safe or how fearful we are. That is what creates the box in the first place. And we can exist in this box for infinite time, because you can constantly discover something that works, that is setting you free, now becomes the thing that is imprisoning you. And all things are true in this case. Church is this box that I'm in, but is actually setting me free in other ways while imprisoning me in other ways. But that's still not quite what it means to me. So I've been thinking about, because a lot of people, and you can't deny, with COVID and everything, a lot of people have felt hollow and confused and just wanting to know what in the world is going on, wanting to know, my livelihood, my life's work, what, my children's lives, the future of the human race, like everything that I've put my heart and my energy into. Where is this going? What is the future of myself? What is the future of my life and the meaning of life to me? And what is happening? What control or what say do I have? Can I change things? Can I move anything? Am I stuck? And how am I supposed to exist and thrive in this very tight box of society that I'm starting to become aware of the boundaries, and I'm starting to become aware that I am inside of somebody else's box. And then now how do I get out of their box? And then I'm starting to discover that, it's like, okay, this feeling of emptiness. And I'm going to show you another side of this conversation. We want to know what's outside the box. The thing that has the more cosmic sight. Even human beings that have more knowledge and more awareness, this cosmic sight that they have, and what are the things that they know? What are the truths that they know? And then how can we get access to what they know, so we don't have to feel so in the dark or so inside of a box or so imprisoned? And then if we could get their answers, would that truly set us free? Or would that make us feel even more defeated? And now that defines the boundaries of the box that you've put yourself in, is how you relate to the information that you receive. Because truly you already exist outside of this box, as well as inside of it simultaneously. You can say that your higher self is outside the box, while inside the box within you and exists everywhere. Okay, I'm asking my guides. I feel like this conversation is really essential, okay? And I don't know in all the ways that I could put words to the meaning of it, okay? Let me just take a moment here and ask my guides, was there something else I could say about this cube? Or maybe it's just for me to say this much and then everybody else just decides what it means to them. And why is this so important that we're to talk about this in the first place, or even be presented with this and be thinking about it? Like, why is this so important? It's a mystery. They're not going to say anything about that, at least not yet. Maybe they're going to talk about it through this temperance. I tell you what, I've just been reflecting on so many things. I just really looking forward to seeing what's in store for us all next. And it could be yet the next, like, it's darker before dusk event, you know. And so that's then the next thing. I guess we have to go through that in order to get out of the box. And that's why we have to accept a little pain with a little pleasure and to find the balance in it. And you can't say that human ascension is just about we all just ascend to some happy place where nothing has to hurt anymore. Because when you learn how to walk, you're going to fall down. And when you learn how to run, you're going to fall down. And some people, when they learn how to drive, I mean, if the car were to do all the work for us, if life were to do all the work for us, we might as well be in a vegetable state. We might as well just let everything happen, and then what would we be living for? If we aren't the hands that do the work, then what is the purpose of our existence? If our existence is just to be a mind and just to think, then why would we need this body? I really understand too that craving and that longing for something a little more interesting than this world. To be able to pop outside the body and go visit any planet in the universe and see what they're up to. And why is that so difficult? I really understand that. And even doing journeys, it is such an interesting addition to my day-to-day life. And then being able to share this with all of you is adds to the meaning and the value of my life. And it's not as if you ever stop, you won't ever stop longing for more, you could say. More meaning, more learning, more adventures. And coming back to the mundane day-to-day life, if you could acknowledge it for what it is and see it as the adventure in and of itself, and look at the things that you're refusing to do, and ask yourself, why are you refusing to do those? And then embrace it as part of the adventure of the mundane life, the adventure of the painful process that sets us actually free from our contained spaces. How many boxes do you think we've existed in and transformed out of so that we can see with an eagle-eye view into so many of our friends and family and people we don't even know? We can understand them, and we can understand solutions for them. Even if they aren't able to adopt them yet, it's because they're still working through their cube. They're still working through the box they put themselves in. And people will be able to adopt new ideas, or they won't. And we have to just be patient with each other, because essentially we are all the same person, you know. I'm you, you're me. We're all basically God in multitude of bodies. Translating the meaning of it all in a unique way. And sometimes we're working on things and sometimes we're not at all. I feel like if I wasn't constantly trying to find the meaning in it all, I don't... Even if I were to get sick, I can't stand just laying in bed. And that's a very hard adventure for me, to just lay there and wait for me to feel better. It's like I don't have time for this. I have my whole life to live. But then when you're living life and it just feels so heavy and confusing, and you're going through all of this like finagling, and you have two left feet and you're upside down and inside out, and you're wondering who you are when you wake up in the morning, it's like this is the confusing adventure of life as a human being. So why would I want to pop out of this existence and go visit some planet on the other side of the universe and know what it's like to be there? Maybe that's escapism, or maybe that's just adding to the flavor. If you could leave, would you? But if you could stay, what would that mean? All right. Okay, so Daughter of the Reconcilers approaches. Okay, let me see here. I'm getting in the zone. All right, Temperance. Here is your doorway. I see you. And when I walk through this doorway, my guides are reminding me about a thought that I had as I'm looking at the Temperance doorway. And it was thought about doing a journey into a doorway that has a sunshine on it, a doorway that has a 4-leaf clover on it, and a doorway that it's a mystery door. And that's when I started thinking about that Temperance card, and I felt unresolved with it. And while I'm enjoying exploring tarot here, and I don't really have any real knowledge about it other than just what I'm kind of gaining from my little miniature book here, I thought I would do that Temperance card as my mystery doorway. Really having fun with these doors. Okay, so let's just say we start with a door that is a sunshine then. We work our way towards the Temperance door. Is this avoidance? Am I avoiding something that Temperance wants to tell me and I just don't want to hear it? So I'm creating other things to do so that I'm not doing the one thing that I should be doing first. All right, I'm going to make the sunshine and the 4-leaf clover doorway disappear, and we're going to do the Temperance doorway first. I loathe it. This disgusts me. I don't know what it is. I don't like you, Temperance doorway. I feel annoyed. So I'm just going to be honest here. And I'm going to face you. I can't understand it, really. I'm not going through the door at all, but everything in the scene is changing. It's like there's a circle, and then there's a bigger circle, and a bigger circle, and a bigger circle, and they create steps into the center circle. That's where I'm standing, and this is like a glossy white, okay? And I'm looking at a big crowd of people, and they're all in like fancy clothes, like tuxedos. I mean, really fancy dresses and suits, tuxedos even, like really nicely dressed. I feel like I'm an opera singer, actually, and many people are here to listen to me sing. I say, oh my gosh, they're in for a treat. My guys are like, well, are you going to be in character? Are you going to be a famous opera singer? Are you going to be Abbey, the non-opera singer? Oh, okay. Okay, I'm going to pretend to be an opera singer then. Okay, cool. My hair gets really tall all of a sudden. It's like, I don't know, really, really tall, like a beehive on my head, like really tall hair. I'm not sure why. And I'm wearing a red dress and it sparkles. And I start to sing like an opera singer for everybody. And I do it for them, not for me. I do this song for them. And I don't just sing it, I actually reach their hearts. I want to heal them. I want to heal everybody who's come to listen. And I sing for them. I sing for everybody. Does the bird sing for itself? Does the bird sing for the earth? Does the bird sing just... Is God singing through the bird? I just see a bird out my window and it is singing in the morning. It's like it's singing in praise of the sunrise. It's singing just in the spirit of singing, is singing out of joy of singing and expressing itself. And it's the joy of expressing oneself. It's joyful, it's a gift. And it's not just about expressing, it's about reaching everybody and reaching their heart with meaning. And this song, it literally isn't a language, it's a song. And because it's opera, I have no idea what these words are. It's hard to translate it. So I don't even know what this song is about, but I'm just singing it like a bird is singing to the sunrise. That I'm singing to everybody here in the audience. And I don't do it, it's like I was gifted with this Not for me to just hide away in my own private secret place where I just sing to myself. No, I was gifted with this so that I could share it with others. That I could share what is like God's gift through me for humanity. It's like it's God singing through me to all of, you could say, God's children, let's say. God is working through us. God is helping all of us, through the gifts that we receive, we share, and we reach each other. And this is special. I see that inside of myself, as I sing flawlessly, I'm also seeing a very strange world. And when I close my eyes, it looks gruesome. It looks horrifying. It looks like it's made out of blood all over a white room, and you can't clean the blood. It just soaks into everything, like it stains the white and the cleanliness. It just stains it with blood. And there's just so much blood that needs to be reconciled. And it's the blood that needs to be reconciled. That's what the energy keeps saying. It keeps saying it's the blood that needs to be reconciled, the blood that is saturated and stained. It's like if you could do anything with this canvas of life, would you take a knife and would you cut your heart out and bleed upon it? Or would you do something else with it? Would you create pain? If you had the gift of life, would you create pain with your gift of life? Would you put pain into the canvas of life, and would you expose everybody to pain? I say to God, I cannot separate myself from this blood as though it is bad or separate from myself, but I don't feel like I can take responsibility for this blood. I'm conflicted here. What this blood means to me is as deep and as dark as you would ever want to go. It's the satanic ritual level stuff. It's the trafficking of children for gross reasons, and then the murder of these children. It's the worst type of blood that could be shed in our world. And then energetically, because manifestations are powerful, using us against us. And this blood must be reconciled. If I am everybody on this planet, I am the most evil and the most kind. Therefore, how do I reconcile this? God says to just keep singing. And it's quite odd, but this blood is in me. I am connected to this blood. It is in the blood of us all. It runs through our veins. It's all of our blood. And I sing and I pull more and more of the tyranny of this through my blood. I actually pull it through me. And it's not that I'm singing something dark. I'm singing something healing. Not by ignoring what disturbs me, but by transmuting it through me and knowing that I am powerful and that I am not in bondage and I'm not controlled by this, but I'm going to heal this through me, through my voice, through my gifts, through caring about others. And somehow the blood, it's like something is connected to the back of my heart, and it's like all these babies start to just be vomited out of my mouth in the middle of my opera singing. And I start to see the blood is coming out of me like a fountain. And then what is odd is that I still see these perfectly dressed people are cheering and celebrating. And I blink my eyes to make sure I'm seeing this correctly. And I say, what are they cheering for? What are they celebrating? And I'm still vomiting, and this is horrifying. This is a very horrifying scene. I see, and just hear me out, okay? I see, and it is defined as a demon master, okay? It has a long black spear and literally shoves it up my butt, like right through me, and I'm shish kebabbed right through, all the way through my head and everything, and I'm put on over a fire, and then I'm slowly turned, and I start to become food for the masses, like a pig, ready for slaughter. And God is saying something powerful about our blindness and what food we are consuming in our blindness. And the point of the conversation about the cube, the boxes we put ourselves in, do not choose to remain blind. Open your eyes. And opening your eyes can be as wonderful as acknowledging you have a gift and be the bird that is singing to the rising sun. When humans are torturing humans, no one should be at rest. This temperance is a little bit darker than we thought, as in it goes so much deeper into the balance of good and evil. The essential moderation of moderating the balance of good and evil in our world. And then I say, God, then how can I be held accountable? Like, how can I reconcile this? I am happy today. I am triumphant today. I'm sharing this triumph with others today. And how then can I do something about this? Am I in the box and unable to understand the cosmic eye that knows what to do, and I'm blind to knowing that? So I remain on this spick, and I am turning in the fire. And something of me falls asleep, and my spirit goes into the fire. The fire has no plans to burn the human race down. I expected there to be a sense of revenge, but no, there's no revenge at all. I'm just one with the flames. And in the flames, I go deeper into the flames themselves, into a whole cosmic universe of this fire element. And I'm looking for lost souls. And it's a world of lost souls. What's interesting is in this world where there is so much fire, there is no heat at all. It is cold and locked. It is so desolate, and there's no memory of the sound of singing at all. And God says within each and every one of us is a connection with all realms, all universes. And we will feel these spaces inside of us at desolate times in our life. We all feel it. And we can visit these realms, and what are we going to do? Let them just lie in the cesspool of their suffering, or to bring song to them. And I try to sing like the opera singer here, and I feel like I have no voice, like my throat was removed, my tongue was removed. I was cut into pieces and removed from society and tossed into apparently a well where I would never be found again. It's weird. Somehow in this well, though, I'm sleeping, and I'm in the fire as well, and I'm walking this desolate place without really knowing where I am, why I am, who I am, what I am, or where I am. There is no memory here. And it's infinite and almost like being asleep in a way. Just hear me out on this. Every image has a reason, okay? And the image is a woman's vagina, all right? And a large key goes inside the vagina and turns, and it unlocks this world, and within it there's swarms and swarms of just filthy insects, okay? And there's a major imbalance in the sexuality of the man and the woman of this world. Sexual expression, sexual giving and receiving, sexual identity. It's, if we want to be stored in a trunk, and that is the evolution of our human race, it will be a very sad and cold day. If we give in to it. Remain perceptive. Remain perceptive. And it's like there is an inability to achieve an orgasmic state. And there is the death of life force energy and the adoption of what has become a neutral robotic state. And no desire for intercourse at all. And it's interesting because we become numb, so that we don't need to feel the warmth, and we would never feel the cold either. We would feel literally nothing at all. And we become paralleled images of what wanders these desolate worlds that exist inside of ourselves, inside our very chakras, that we feel it and we pick up on it at times. And it inspires us to behave in certain ways where we just don't know how to carry on anymore. And if God has granted you a gift, you must express that gift for God to continue to reach us here. Or we become swallowed up in this trunk. I just see a big, heavy, closed box. And we're inside it in this desolate universe where we wander without any memory at all. And this is not a threat, it's just understanding what temperance means and why it is essential that we explore the balance of good and evil in our world. It's important we explore these things. It's important that we adhere to a nobility of self-expression. Because if you're lacking, if you're falling into disgraceful decision making, and you're cutting corners, isn't that called cutting your nose off to spite your face? And if we could see people for what they truly represent, we would see ugliness. And do not think that we can't see you for who you truly are. Remember to not cut corners when it comes to integrity and nobility of character. Or you are part of the creation and the manifestation of a dead world. And I hear the book close, and I see the hermit in black and white and saying, "Now do you understand?" And I say, "Oh, well, yes." I'm saying many things, by the way, because I have a new respect for the word, naturally. And my first thought is, as I look him in the eyes, is, could I ever say temperance is as precious a word as pamphlet or duck-billed platypus? I don't know that, but thank you for reaching me on this one. I understand the meaning of daughters of the reconcilers, because reconciliation is what is desperate. We're desperate for reconciliation here. And reconciliation where evil is put up it's put on the stand before us all, and we are the judges of that evil. That is that the right language? Is it judgment of evil? Or evil must find temperance. It must adhere to a temperance in and of itself. What about goodness? Does goodness desire a temperance, a balance with its dark and light sides? And what does wholeness truly mean? It is what I would define as not needing or wanting, but feeling complete in all things, in all ways, without any association with right or wrong or good or bad, is wholeness. Thank you, everybody. That was awesome, meaningful, good message. Glad I could share it with all of you today. Thank you for sticking around when it gets gruesome like that. Don't ever be afraid of the message and what it's representing, because you can only learn from it and not judge it. Just learn from it and see what it is showing you. And you have the power to journey in any realm. And it's the realms that are the most broken that need your help. Just like you, when you have felt broken in your own life, did you need help? So don't judge as best you can. Sometimes having an opinion makes it seem like you're judgmental, but you're adhering to your own divine truth. So don't judge yourself for adhering to your own divine truth, no matter what anybody says about that. Because only you can truly be you, as true as you can be you. Have an amazing day, everyone. Thank you for watching.